Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. As you can imagine, today we're going to be talking nutrition. In the next 5 to 10 minutes, I will explain to you exactly why my grocery haul looks like this, how you can start making better decisions when it comes to food, and simple ways to put your meals together if you can't be asked to track all of your macros, calories, etc. Let's get started. First up, grocery haul. Starting from my right, we have carbs. You might be thinking, why do you have so much carbs? Because you need them. Especially if you are weightlifting, you need carbs for your muscle to grow, okay? It's not just all about protein. Here are some sources of carbs that are always in my house. First up, potatoes. Especially when dieting, they are very, very high in volume, very filling, super convenient. Either sweet potato, white potatoes, depend whatever you prefer. I have both. Then we got rice. I have brown rice in here. If you prefer white rice, just use white rice. Excellent with a source of protein. Chicken and rice, typical bodybuilder meal. However, rice is more calorie dense than potatoes. So if you're on a diet and you're struggling with hunger, then I'll go for potatoes instead. Then tortilla wraps. So these are great to make with like fajitas, etc. One huge wrap has got about 200 calories. Not too bad. Had one yesterday, it was very, very full. And then we have pasta. I'm Italian, my boyfriend is not, however, he eats more pasta than I do. I don't usually eat much pasta. Anyways, pasta's got such a bad reputation when it comes to the fitness world because it's bad for fat loss, etc. It's just more calorie dense, but if you love pasta, have it. And then we have breakfast oats. I have this every single morning about 1.5 to 2 hours before training. They are as low releasing form of carbs, which means it keeps you fuller for longer and energized. If you're training immediately after you eat, I would suggest having something like bread, honey, fruit, something that's quick to digest. But if you're training 1.5 / 2 hours after you've eaten, oats are amazing. I usually have mine with frozen berries and powdered peanut butter. So we have carbs, then we have kidney beans, chickpeas, and then just chopped tomatoes. Chickpeas and kidney beans are excellent source of fiber, so very, very healthy, will keep you full for longer. They contain a good amount of carbs and protein. They're excellent to add to your chilies, to your salad, to anything really. So I highly recommend you grab some of these, and they're also super, super cheap. So if you're on a budget, perfect for you. What else do we have? Veggies. As you know, I love my courgettes and my peppers, but hold on with me because I've got some frozen ones as well. So we have 2 different types of whole green beans. Frozen veggies are actually amazing because first of all, they are much cheaper than fresh veggies, and also they don't go bad. So why wouldn't you stock up on them? These are my veggies or choices this week. You just eat whatever veggies you prefer. I like broccoli, I like cauliflower. I'm not a big fan of carrots and peas, but if you like them, then have those. You can have any sorts of veggies. I'm just telling you what I have in my kitchen because that's what I like. Unless you're vegan or for some reason you don't eat eggs, you should be having eggs. They are super, super nutritious. I like to make them in the morning as omelets, scrambled eggs, like on the weekend. What is better than a scrambled egg on toast? Like nothing. Highly recommend, quite cheap as well. If you're on a diet, if you're cooking eggs, instead of having 2, 3, 4 all eggs, I would recommend that you have 1 whole egg and then you have egg whites. Egg whites are super low in calorie and high in protein, so they are your best friends when dieting. Let's move on to the other stuff. So I always have cow milk in my fridge. I don't care what people say. No milk is as good as cow milk in my opinion, so I keep eating it. I use this lactose-free one, not because I'm lactose intolerant, but for some reason the froth is much better in all my cappuccinos, so that's what I use. Then we always have pesto. We love pesto. Just remember that it is very calorie dense, so if you are on a diet, just don't forget to weigh up your sources as well. Same thing for olive oil. Olive oil is so healthy, it's amazing. That's why we have it all the time. However, just be careful how much you have of it because it is very, very caloric. And your tomatoes do not need to be drowning in olive oil, right? Salt, Himalayan pink salt. Not because I'm a health queen, but I do like it, so I have this. And then mixed herbs, etc. Have a ton of herbs on there as well. And then one thing that I want to show you, 7-Up Zero. So sugar-free drinks do not make you gain weight. they are not unhealthy, etc. Everything seems to cause cancer these days, but honestly, they're not that bad. So if you enjoy a fizzy drink, have one. I always recommend having the sugar-free version because no one really needs all that sugar. But apart from that, feel free to have them. But guys, I am the protein queen and there's no meat on here. So let me remove all of this and let's bring the meat out. I'm gonna show you what our selection is like this week. Ta-da! My favorite part, protein. So let's have a look at what we have on here today. And I know some people are gonna hate me because there is red meat on here. I am sorry, there are worse things in life than red meat. But anyways, first up we have salmon. Great source of omega-3, great source of fat and protein. It tastes delicious, which always helps. So we always tend to have salmon in a fridge or freezer. Then what do we have? Steak. I am a steak lover. I absolutely love steak. We ordered from the local butcher, so this should be very nice. Let's see, first time we're trying it. Kebab. Guys, we are living in Dubai, so we're trying to adapt. No, we absolutely love kebab, that's why. Then what else do we have? Frozen chicken drumstick. Super cheap source of protein. High in protein because it's chicken, delicious. You can make it in the oven. I'm gonna share some of the recipes from my ebooks. If you didn't know, I do have high protein friendly ebooks that will actually save your life. I'm gonna pop the links in the bio. I also have the plant version one and I also have the low carb ebook. Guys, I've got it all for all of you guys, whatever you might want. Then onto here, frozen chicken breast. Once again, quick, convenient, cheap, excellent. Minced beef. I love to cook these in red sauce with peppers, rice, like sort of like a chili con carne. And then we have low fat burgers. You can tell me what you want, but I bloody love a burger. So we got some low fat burger from the butcher. And then we got some chicken slices and bresaola. I love prosciutto, but it's so bloody expensive in Dubai. So we have chicken slices and bresaola. So these are the protein that I'm having this week, plus tuna. I always have tuna for my salads. So how do I prepare my meals? Let me tell you. Now let's look at some lunch option. You want some carbs, some protein and fat, some veggies, and then you, of course, you're gonna have some fats. In this case, I'm gonna be using olive oil to put in my pasta together with red sauce, and also I'm gonna use a bit of oil to cook my burgers. So remember, you always want to have protein, carbs and fat. You always want to have it balanced. So where do people make mistakes? Usually, what they usually do is they have 150 grams of pasta, which won't fill you up for too long, together with some red sauce, which is still like very light but carby, and then they won't have any veggies, which will help you keep fuller for longer and are very high in volume, so you feel like you're eating more, and they won't have any protein, so they won't be growing their muscles, and they won't be full for long because protein is satiating. So what I want you to do is to simply think about the proportions. So how much carbs, how much protein, and how much fat are you having? Always make sure that half of your plate is made out of veggies, very high in volume, high in fiber, and low in calories. So great if you want to eat a lot of food without eating a lot of calories. Then you want to have around 35 to 40 grams of protein with every meal, and then the rest is going to be between carbs and fat. I always recommend that, especially if you're weightlifting, you prioritize your carbs. You're going to be doing the same exact thing for dinner. So I'm just quickly going to show you another example. So for dinner, we're going to be having fajitas. Same thing. A little bit of carbs, so that's going to be your wrap. Then you're going to pick your protein. We're going to have about 150-200 grams of chicken, which contains a lot of protein, way more than you even need for one meal. And then we're going to have peppers to bulk out a meal. As always, we're going to have some sauce and we're going to have oil. It is way easier than you think. If you're still unsure how many calories you need to be eating to hit your goals, then click the link in my bio. You can have access to my free calculator, which will explain to you exactly how many carbs, protein and fat you need to be eating, whatever your goal might be. I hope you found this helpful, and I'll see you in the next video.